What's crack-a-lackin' VIJIM Unbox? Today we're going to be talking about the VIJIM VL100C compact little camera light. This thing is pretty awesome. I ended up picking it up on Amazon during Black Friday. They had some pretty good deals. The price usually is about $20 to about $15 if you get it on sale. And yeah, I decided to pick this up with my own money. No contact with the company. It's just something that I found that I wanted. I tend to do a lot of macro and smaller photography things, and I wanted to get some sort of a little light so I'm able to just be able to bring it with me if I'm going out somewhere and I just want some nice light, if I'm filming something close, or in the future when I start doing more portrait shots, if I want to have some extra light in a darker location. You can definitely use this for some accent lighting as well. But let's actually talk about this little light. So it's pretty small. It's a little smaller than I expected, but it does pack a punch. I ended up charging this and it ended up being pretty brighter than I expected. It does charge via USB-C, and it did come with a nice little cable, which is cool. One also cool thing about this camera light is if you do end up picking more than one up, you're able to connect them all in series. They have an extra little connector right here that you're able to remove and replace, and that way you're able to connect multiple of these together. And then also at the bottom, it does have a hot shoe connector. I saw some people on Amazon asking if you're able to connect this to an iPhone or other cameras. It all depends if your camera has a hot shoe or a cold shoe. Basically, it's like a standard in film or video or photo. Basically, it's just this little connector and it screws on, and then it's able to keep it stable. So yeah, if you have that, then you're able to film with it. If not, you can always just keep it with your hand. It is super light, so you don't need to worry about it being too heavy to film with. But let's stop talking about it and let's actually turn this on. So the power button's on the back, and it's just a flip switch, and here it is. So it's currently turned on. I believe this is like the mix light at one of the lowest brightness settings. When you look a little bit closer when they're on their lowest settings, you can actually see, okay, so yeah, that is its dimmest setting. You are actually able to see the LEDs, and when it switches between the cold and the warmer colors, you're able to see a little bit of the LEDs, which is pretty cool. So the way that you adjust this is on one side it is the power control, so how bright it is, and then on the other side it is the temperature changer. So you're able to make it super warm and also bright, and then you're also able to make it super cold and even brighter. And when I shine this on myself, I have some pretty big studio lights in here. This is pretty bright. I was even able to notice a difference when I was using this during the daytime. Like it's able to add an extra flash of light. Instead of having to use a reflector or something, you're just able to use this extremely bright flashlight. Oh my gosh. And like I said, it does have that warmer tone and that cooler tone depending on what you're trying to accomplish with your film. If you're trying to make it a little bit more warm and a little bit more cozy and you're trying to make the viewer feel that, you can definitely use the warmer setting. But if you do want it a little bit more industrial or scientific or doctor seeming, you can definitely use this bright white light. I tend to prefer the bright white, but it's also nice to have a little bit of color in there depending on what you're filming and what you're trying to accomplish. Another great thing about this is since it's so tiny, it can be used as a key light or an accent light behind the subject. So like behind me, I could have had this like behind me. I don't know if you can kind of see the wall glowing a little bit in my hoodie, but you can also have it like to the side, and it just adds a little bit of extra character to your video on top of your other lights. I would not necessarily use this as your main light if you're in a studio setting, but if you're a run and gun filmmaker and you're just on the move, this might be the one for you. For battery life, you can expect to get about 3 to 4 hours if you're on the full setting of brightness. Of course, if you lower that and use the different LED settings, you might be able to stretch that to a couple more hours. But yeah, I expect about 3 to 4 hours on the full charge. It does charge pretty fast, again, via USB-C right here on the corner. And these little plugs are interchangeable, so you don't need to keep them on one side. If you want it to be a vertical light, you can totally do that. You just put the hot shoe or cold shoe adapter, and then it is a vertical light. So yeah, this is totally awesome, very easy to slip on. Let me actually slip it onto the camera that I'm filming with right now, so you can kind of see what it would be like if I just had this extra light. So this is what the shot looks like before, and this is what the shot looks like after. I feel like it looks a little bit warmer, so I might actually need to end up using this, and I don't even think this is on the full brightness. I just set it to bright white, and now it's shining so much light. It's very, like, it's heavy on your eyes when you stare at the light because it is very, very bright. I feel like there's so much you can do with this, but yeah, that's about it for the video. Again, link down below if you want to check this out on Amazon. I did purchase it myself because I wanted it. If you plan to use this for anything like macro photography or smaller photography or video filming on your iPhone or something, let me know down below what you plan to do with it, and I can share some ideas, and you can maybe get inspired by what other people comment. So comment down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace. Bye-bye.